think it's a good thing if you make the most of that time and work on things and use that to prepare.
Some guys are talking about maybe some teams can lose their edge, but it also is a way for a lot of you guys to get healthy. I mean, a lot of guys get bumps and bruises here too, I would imagine.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to complain about getting a chance to rest up. I think that both teams will have pretty much the same exact amount of rest. So, I think that's definitely a good thing, and we'll make sure that we're ready come game one.
How difficult is it just being matched up with a guy like Sidney Crosby?
It's difficult. I mean, that's the challenge, or the matchups kind of within the game that you face every series. I think, played against Tavares, last series, pretty good players, pretty responsible. Tavares, there's always those matchups. That's not really anything new. I think that's the series matchup really, but I think that doesn't change anything as far as how I need to play or how we need to play as a line. I think he's much more responsible out there. I think his play has proved that. I don't think he needs to talk about it, or I think he's done that by the way he's played. He's shown that and proved it. But I don't think you expect them to change based on that, though. I mean, I'm sure he doesn't expect that, and that's the playoffs. I think that it's pretty typical, and he did a great job against Ottawa, just blocking all that out and playing hockey and playing really good hockey at that. So that might bring out the best in him, having that. So that's not a bad thing for us, but he's handled it really, really well.
Everybody talks about obviously rest and time off and trying to get better things. Do you fear maybe a loss of intensity, a loss of edge that this hockey team had clearly at the end of the Ottawa series?
No, I'm not worried about that. Like I said, they have the exact same amount of time off, so first period of game one might not be like it was for game 5 of the 2 series that we went through, but I think it won't take long for things to kind of heat up and to get that back pretty quickly. So, I don't think that's something that we're worried about too much. We got to make sure we focus on our start and get back into things quickly. But that being said, there's no excuse for the layoff. I mean, we got a great opportunity to prepare and rest up, and should use that to our advantage.
The Bruins are really embracing the whole underdog card. Marchand was saying yesterday that they were in over their heads against you. At this point, do you embrace being favorites, or are there favorites and underdogs at this point once it gets this far?
Well, I think that's more of them. I wouldn't read into that too much at this point. It doesn't really matter who's favored or who's not. I mean, 2 pretty good hockey teams that have got to this point and both want the same thing, so all the other stuff doesn't really matter.
The Final Four teams are the most recent 4 Stanley Cup winners. How does that affect the chase moving forward, the fact that all 4 of these teams have raised the cup over the last 4 years?
Well, I think that you'll see a lot of guys who have been in that situation, and experience will be a big thing, and there shouldn't be any lack of experience there as far as decisions made out there or composure, things like that. That should be stuff that is on display pretty well there, I think, with the teams that you mentioned. So probably doesn't make it any easier. I think it just kind of adds to the intensity and adds to how difficult it is to win this time of year.